All right, guys, I do have a Friday morning editorial for you. Thank God. I do have one for you. This is going to really make you mad. Now, this is why we film the police. Right here. This is exactly why you film the police. If you want to get back to your community. And San Antonio Police Chief William McManus, we don't use our cameras and our smartphones as a guise to antagonize you sons of biscuit eaters. We film you because of cops like this. Every time a San Antonio, Texas police officer, if any of them ever see this video, anytime one of you San Antonio police officers see somebody filming you or recording you on the street, I want you to pull up this editorial and listen again to what I'm about to give you. Because this is the reason we record you cops. All the law enforcement officers that may watch this video, and I know some of them at times do watch my videos, listen close. This editorial right here is why we record you. It's not about trying to catch the cops doing bad. Hey, you do bad on their own. It's not about trying to twist it and make video showing bad cops. It's to show bad officers. Bad law enforcement officers. That's why we do it. Because we want them exposed. Because we want their communities going, I know that guy. He's a fucking asshole. And I've had people from all around the nation comment on my editorials and go, oh yeah, that was close to my hometown, or I live right near there. So I've had that. And they're going to get to see who the dick cops are in their communities. Moving on to Miami-Dade, Florida, South Florida. Hey, Big Nick, where you at, buddy? A South Florida police officer has been suspended after a video circulated on social media showing him putting a black woman in a headlock after she called to report a crime, according to local media reports. I put two different links to this story in the description box below. I think one's a little longer than the one I'm giving you now. But Daima Loving has said she had called 911 on March 5th after getting into an argument with her neighbor who waved a shotgun at her. She told reporters later that the neighbor had called her and her friend whores. She said the two had ignored it at first, but her friend Adriana Green eventually threw a potted plant toward the neighbor's yard. The neighbor, a white man, this is about race, and if you guys don't think it is, wake up, America, because it is. The neighbor, a white man, then allegedly pulled out a shotgun and said he would shoot my burnt black ass face off my neck, she told the Miami New Times. When police showed up, they interviewed the two women. One officer, later identified by the department as Alejandro Giraldo, started interrogating us like we were the suspects, Loving told the New Times. Loving said she asked him if she could go to her friend's house to charge her phone and call her children. He kept telling me I needed to calm down, but I was so scared at the moment, she told the Miami New Times. In the video, which was filmed by Green and appears to start after she asked Giraldo to go to her friend's house, one of the officers can be heard saying she needs to be corrected, if anything. She's the one who called for help. That's their mentality, man. Everybody needs to be directed and everybody needs to be corrected. Loving, visibly upset, asked the police officers, why do I have to be corrected when my life was just threatened and my daughter is sick? I just want to go to the store to charge my phone. That one I don't really get what she's talking about there. Giraldo takes a step toward her. He then seizes her arm and appears to push her toward the fence behind her as Green protests that she hadn't done anything. Loving repeatedly tells the officers not to touch her, and as another officer holds her wrists, Giraldo forcefully tries to handcuff her. Loving, though shouting, does not appear to physically resist. Then Giraldo yanks his arm away, and as Green repeatedly cries out, why are you doing this? He places her in a headlock and wrestles her to the ground. The three officers then pin her to the ground. Now Loving shouts, still pinned to the ground, I just I just said I wanted to call my kid. My phone was dead. What do you not understand? I got a gun pointed in front of me and my kid's sick. I'm stressed out. I need to go call my children. I need to call my kids. I don't understand. Two of the officers then pull Loving forcefully to her feet and drag her to the car. Green then asked another officer, why does he have to handle her like that? She didn't do anything wrong. The officer replied, I understand, but when he's giving her orders and saying she's being disorderly, she needs to calm down. She's the one who called for help. When people call the cops for help, let me tell you, law enforcement officers, something. The adrenaline's up. They need your help. They're a little disoriented. Maybe they're angry. They're pissed off. They want you to come and resolve the situation so they don't end up going to jail. And you end up arresting her anyway. She called the police. She did the right thing instead of going over and beating that dude's ass for pulling a shotgun out. And you cops arrested her anyway. She was the one that called. She needed help. But she wasn't being disorderly, though, Green replies, so she said. And she was quoted as that, and then quoted as just him thinking he can use his authority to do what he wants to do. And that's not cool. And this shit is going to get dealt with. Y'all not going to keep abusing her authority like that. There's ways to do it. He knows she wasn't trying to get all crazy. She just got a gun pulled on her by the white neighbor. Don't forget about that guy. We're coming back to him. Loving told NBC News that Geraldo had told her she needed a mental evaluation. She was taken to jail on charges of disorderly conduct and resisting arrest and released after posting a $150 bond. An incident report from the encounter described Loving as acting belligerent and would not obey commands. Well, she called you for help. Why were there commands? The report went on to say she became further upset, very irate and uncooperative, and began to scream at us, causing a scene. I wouldn't believe a police report as far as I could throw a police car. He wrote that report up to make everything, this is why I did it. Not because it necessarily is the truth, but he wrote it up, I'm sure, to justify his actions, because that's what they do. I'm sure of that. I don't know positively. I'm not clairvoyant. It's just that seems to be the norm. The report also said she violently pulled her arm away from the officers and tensed in front of her, not allowing her to be handcuffed behind her back. The department told NBC that the man who allegedly threatened Loving with a gun was not arrested. Well, of course, he's a white guy. And I say that a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but this is about race, guys. Let's look at the scenario here. Now, some of you are going to go, what if this or what if that? We don't know what if a lot of things. All we have right now to go on is the video that Adriana Green recorded and the news reports here. The statement by Loving that she made to Miami New Times. The police report. That's all we have to go on. So that's what we're going to go on. So let's look at what we have based on what we've heard and seen. You have a white guy yelling at two women, calling them whores. Well, you don't do that anyway. That's ridiculous. And so they end up getting upset and getting into some type of confrontation with him. Her friend, Loving's friend, Adriana Green, throws the potted plant. The white guy goes in and pulls a shotgun out on them. The black woman calls the cops. The cops come out, interrogate the two black women who just had a white guy pull a shotgun on them. The white guy gets to go home and watch Geraldo Rivera on TV, and the black woman gets arrested, who didn't throw the plant and who didn't pull a gun out. The only woman who did the right thing got arrested. The only woman who did the right thing got arrested. I'm confused by this story. Juan Perez, the director of the Miami-Dade Police Department, said on Twitter on Wednesday that his department was investigating the incident. Yeah. And that the Geraldo had been suspended. He's, by the way, suspended on administrative paid leave pending the outcome of the investigation. I find the actions depicted in the video deeply troubling, they always say that, and in no way reflective of our core values of integrity, respect, and service and fairness, he said. Now, Geraldo is on paid administrative leave. That's another story, says that. And he's on paid vacation pending the outcome of the justification. I want to know what you guys think. I got to go, man. But in the description box below, let me know, or in the comment section below, let me know what you think. Links to this story are in the description box below. News Now Ukaipa, ending your week with an editorial there for you, why we film the cops, why we record them. I got some cop watching going on tonight. And talk to you guys later. Tomorrow, Baby Shark birthday.